for me, it's like, why? That's a part of relationships. That's communication, though. But for me, it was like, why am I having to tell you this thing that's so basic to me that you have to just not be a crazy bitch? You know what I'm trying to say, though. You just have to be normal. Why is it something I have to express and explain in detail? Like, are you a child? One, yeah, 19. But, so that was a lot of it. Yo, Yadi just talked about this. So I gotta, dealing with younger chicks, I gotta explain the world to you. It's like, bitch, you don't know this. But, it's like, I was talking to this one chick, Lauren, at my job, and she, not talking like that, but like, I was talking to her, and she's 26. She's mad, like, demure, you know what I mean? Like, she's mad, like, she's just a woman. Alicia was a girl. Like, Lauren's like a woman. Like, not that we were talking, but I'll give another example. We were chit-chatting, let me say that, about shit. And, you could see the demeanor. But see, this is the thing, like, that's just at work. I haven't lived with this chick, but at work, Alicia was all hyper and shit, too. She was like a little kid when I first met her. I don't know, man. What do you do when the person's great qualities? No, what do you do when the good parts of a person that relate to you are so much like you that you wouldn't rather be around anyone else? Like, I could have never lived with anyone else. I don't think she could have lived with anyone else. She always said I was the perfect roommate. It was a perfect decision. And I always felt like that too. That she was the perfect, like, decision. And it was always so weird how I met someone just like me. Completely just like me. Even with our family dynamics. At this random store. She even told me, oh, I like your personality, when we first met. And for me, I just dismissed everybody because at that point, that's when I was wallowing in pain, and that's when I was really, really in my depression. And so anyone and everyone was just anyone and everyone until her. Something about her was real. Something about her was real, and I wouldn't be saying any of this to y'all, to you. I would be saying it to her right now, but not all of this, but we would just be talking about some other. We would be together right now if she just wasn't like tearing me down for everything. You know what I mean? She was perfect. The only thing I didn't like was that the smallest minor inconvenience for her was a tripwire that blew up the house. She would just spaz. And she just found a way to always tear me down instead of bringing me up. Like, when I told her I got the job, I was like, hey, I got this job. Oh no, she was excited then. But then, here's the thing too, she always like do things that's nice and then use it to like throw it in my face later. Which is something that once we talked about it, she acknowledged, and then she said that I was right about and that she would change. I don't know if she changed that shit. No, I think she did change it because fuck, bro. Wait. Ah! Oh, this pillow sucks, bro. You can hear the scream. Pillow sucks ass. Ah! This one echoes too. These pillows suck. Pants. I just having a thought in my head, like, was me cutting her off impulsive as we were driving back home? Because just going over all the ins and outs that we had right now, I'm realizing that we were coming to conclusions, not conclusions, but compromises. Every time we talked, we were getting better. Fuck, did I end this shit too soon, bro? I always think that, but then I always think about how she was treating me. And it's like, I can't go for that. It don't matter how much I love somebody. You're not gonna disrespect me. It wasn't an impulsive decision. I don't know. We didn't have enough time. I don't know if with more time we would have smoothed shit out. When we were driving back at the point we were in our relationship, in our friendship, whatever, at that point, it was too volatile in that exact moment. And then I just thought about, I didn't think about all the things I'm talking about now, which was like, oh, we compromised here and we did this, and oh, she actually listened this time when we were talking, and then she acknowledged this. Like, everything that bubbled up in that moment was all the bad things, because it was a bad connotation, because it was a bad thing that's happening. We're having an argument. None of the good things bubbled up, like when we were like when we were running through Portland and taking over nightclubs because everybody was being boring and no one was dancing. And so we had to steal the show and then walk out of there like we just fucking lit a fuse and walked out that bitch and fucking lit a nuke and blew it up. What is life, bro? This shit is so tricky. This is why I don't know if I want to be back together with Alicia or anything like that. I just want to see her. I just want to see her to know if I do. Like, once I see her, then I'll know if I ever want her back in my life again, or if I ever want to be in her life. I don't know where I'm gonna see her though, because I cut her off. So now, if I could tell you a secret, the whole time we've been gone from each other, I've been trying to manifest seeing her in some capacity. And I know it's gonna happen because the universe works mentally. And so your dominating thoughts are what you become, and they're what attract to you. I think I fell in love with Alicia. And I don't want to say love is overrated because that would just be me running away from my feelings. I just have to be real. I just gotta be real. I known her for a couple years, maybe 2. I think 2. And lived with her for 6 months. For some people, it takes less time to tell, and for others, like me, you have to know. And I just can't like stop thinking about her. This never happened to me before. Granted, I've never been in like some serious shit. Well, I don't know. I've never been in like whatever you want to call it. I've never been that close with someone at all, even my family. This is like the first time for. Is this why this feels this way? Not because I always used to say like I used to dismiss people and it wouldn't matter, but did it just not matter because they didn't really matter deep down in my subconscious? But she actually really was. I don't want to say she was everything, even though that's what I want to say. But she was just. I just actually genuinely like cared about her. So this is why. Even with my own friends, like a lot of our interactions, I don't want to say they're surface level, but we're just hanging out. Actually, no, I've had some pretty deep conversations, but like not with a lot of my friends. Only like one. Only like one of my friends I had like a really deep conversations with about life and like all this. Two. I have 2. 3. And a lot more. 4. I just need to see my friends. But someone like that, I've never had that. And I've cut people off that are close to me. No, but I didn't really love them. Like, I cut my brother off, but I just, subconsciously, I just resent him for how he treated me. And I just take the high road with him because he'll never acknowledge that he even put me through any pain or whatever. So, it doesn't matter. But even if he did now, wouldn't matter. So I just like that we can be like, oh, I love you. Oh, I love you too. For me, love with my family now is just an obligation. I don't know if that's true. Fully. Because I actually do have love for Great One. So I just don't know if that's completely true. But I don't know. And now I feel so fake because everybody that got money, streaming is good for my heart and my health. Because now I've just come to the conclusion that I'm just playing the game in reverse from everybody. Peep game, right? Everybody was in a survival mind state. My brother got wronged by the family just like I got wronged by the family. He was raised by people that grew up in the 70s, though, so his mentality is a little bit different than mine. For him, the solution was to get money and get riches, and then elevate your mind to the state of peace and harmony. But also, he grew up in an era where you had to do that, and that was the norm. For me, it still is the norm, and you still have to do it. But for outliers like me, I always wanted to make my heart pure and have a righteous conscience. And get over the trauma before the riches. Because it was something that just boggled my mind down so much that I could have never even think of the riches as a solution before I thought about the real solution, which was addressing the problems. But whenever I wanted to address the problems, I was met with, oh, whatever you're saying is insignificant. Oh, we went through worse, so what you went through doesn't matter. Oh, you have food in your mouth, so your other problems shouldn't even concern you. Survival mindset bullshit. Living one day just to live the next instead of thriving every day to thrive in your next life. People don't see the shit. No, a lot of people see the shit how I do. My family, no one saw it how I did. And the people that did left because they were tired of living in this cesspool. And so, but guess who they left behind? So now when I make it, I have a little cousin just like me. Just like me. Just like me. That's why I'm the only one he can talk to. But not what you think I gotta do once I make it. Leave like everybody else? Or should I stay? But then if I stay, I have to willingly enter the cesspool of a bunch of negative opinions and vibrations just to raise this one diamond in the rough. And I do it too. But this shit gonna be hard. Just like talking about this and how I started the stream was hard. But we'll get through it just like how I got through it and this shit. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody gotta resonate with this one. For real. I wanna reconcile with Alicia, but she would have to be somewhat of a different person. And she always says she ain't changing for no one. So I guess I'm no one. And then I guess everyone's no one. And then that goes back into my point of how you say you love somebody, but when they telling you the way you're affecting them, you would rather continue to act in the way that you're affecting them because it's more comfortable for you than to switch and to actually try to actually practice some of that love that you say you have for the person. You ain't showing me none of the love you say you have for me. Like, whoa, Yak. That's why I fuck with Yak right now. He's so real, bro. Yak is so real. He's like my favorite artist right now, bro. No cap. No cap. Cardi booted himself out. Like, you ain't dropping, my boy. Like, you dropping fit pics and your style. For style? No, Yak been swagging too. Wait, hold up. Boom. For swag, right? For my artist right now. Well, still fashion. Cardi, number one. Next. ASAP, Rocky, Uzi. All these other niggas suck. Everyone else sucks. Um, for fashion, Pharrell. Pharrell swagging. Pharrell been swagging. Everyone else sucks. Kendrick. Loving the uniform put together, loving it right now from Kendrick. The simple, sleek fucking jeans with the blazer, the button up. I love that business casual. I love that look. It's so clean, it's so crisp, it's so precise. I love that shit. And then you add the little accessories. Maybe you got the little chain, the bracelet, the ring. Like it brings it all together. I love shit like that. That was what Harry Styles wore to his one. He wore some suit, some blue suit, and he was like co-starring in some movie or whatever with some other like dude, some other cast or whatever the fuck. Like his suit, it was like minimal, but it had accessories and like I don't know what the fuck to call it, fashion motherfuckers, the lining. I don't want to say cinching. That's probably not what that is, but you know what I mean. Like it had the thing that suits have, where it's like they have the John right there, like military style. Yeah, I like little subtle details within like sleek, like refined silhouettes because I feel like the pieces themselves and how they fall and how they fit, like just as important, even not more so. That's how you have Kanye's nude line, where it's just like nude colors, but like it's the fit, it's the cut. You know what I mean? They're focusing on quality, so I like shit like that. And then once you add the accessories, that's when the fashion bit for me kicks in, and then it's like it's just all encompassing, and then it's just a beautiful mix and melting pot of fucking like experimental what's it called, collaboration with simple meets elegant meets streetwear, all into this is the fashion of our times. I love that. Yeah. So, boom, boom, boom. Said a lot of people. Who else? No one really. That's my fashion inspo. But yeah, Yak right now, bro. He got it, bro. He too real. He too real. Like he just did the 20v. He just did the 20v1. He picked up Shorty. He picked up Shorty with the. He picked up Shorty. He picked up the big girl. Like, nah, I mean, she was like. And she was some fine shit, so it's like, bruh, he just real, like, he just real. And all these other bitches thought they was going, like, do bada bing, bada boom. Nah, and the way she was like, she was on some, oh, I could cook, like, she was, yeah, Yak. He too real, bro. He too real. Everything he do and how he pop out, he real. And then his flow be switching so much that these niggas can't even comprehend, like, the shit be his flow, like, he got the flow, like, you know what I mean? And he ain't just on some bullshit, and he be speaking his real, like, raw, like, he honest, like, if you don't understand a nigga, like, it ain't for you, you know? I be understanding what y'all saying, like, and the way he be using it with the flow, like, he be sliding on the beat, like, yeah, Yak right now, right? Cardi, and Cardi might change my mind with that, or he might not, you know what I mean? It won't once he drops. Right now I got Yak, Cardi, who else? Everybody else sucks. No, Dot, obviously. Drake. PND. Oh my god, bro. Like, some sexy songs for you, bro. Like, I'm just glad they put PND back on that shit. Like, he got some songs for him. He's another one who's an R&B artist that stuck with it, unlike Abel. Oh my god, bro. Abel would have been running this R&B shit right now, but I get it. He's a pop star. He's the biggest thing in the world right now. I get it. Actually, no. I super get it, because his trajectory is, like, eclipsing all of our mainstream artists right now. Well, you know what I mean? I just sound British right there. Isn't it? Isn't it? You know what I mean, though. You know what I mean, mate? Chap. Save the queen. No, but... if he would have stuck with that R&B thing, because he was the king of that, but then he left, did his thing, whatever, chop, did it up. Then you have a PND. PND took over that shit. Took it over, bro. And he kept the R&B sound, and I was like, how can people really still be experimental with his R&B sound? And he was gone for mad long, and I was just like, oh yeah, see, that's the end of that. See, you can't really take this shit anywhere else further than some fucking Usher or Chris Brown, like what R&B traditionally is. No, he came back. It might have been Colors. He might have a Colors 2 or some shit. Freaking You. I heard that shit. I was like, oh, this nigga. No, it was It was the album with Transparency, PX, I think. It was that, I think. Yeah, he dropped that. That was my shit. That was my shit. I'm not even gonna lie. No, every song from there is my fucking shit. Brown skin. Oh my. Brown skin. Skin. Like, wow. Oh, so sweet. You do things that's only for the camera. Oh. Like, damn. This nigga was talking. Just keep that on the east side for me, girl. Like, what? Flights in the morning. Like, oh my god, he's talking. Like, flights in the morning. Oh, cause I need. Like, damn. I have to go listen to that shit now. That was my fucking shit. But yeah, after that I was like, this nigga knows what he's doing with this flow. Like, this arm, like, he could take this shit in the direction. And then ever since then, he's just been exceeding expectations, and to the point where I think that if Weeknd would have stayed in this shit with him, I don't know if he... Because Weeknd had it for a second, but the way PND, like, developed his shit, maybe I would have to see how the Weeknd would have developed his shit, because then he might have still had him. But PND is on some different shit. PND is him. Like, niggas want to talk about Breezy or whatever, like Usher. You ruined me for even though, yo, here's the thing. Everybody's in their era. Breezy makes songs in his era that are the top quality for that era sounding. Usher makes songs for his era that are the top quality with that era sounding. Like, Ruin, like, that's my shit. But, like, Drags On, like, fucking, I don't know, like, the hook and chorus just be going too long, the song just drags on, and, like, the same part drags on too much to get you to try to feel it, but it's like, that's not what's gonna get the new generation to try to feel it, you know what I mean? Yeah, but, like, in his era, that shit would've flew. That's why, even though they did their damnedest to sell it right now, it's just not the time for it. That's what you're saying. What Lil Wayne said, you gotta learn a new shit, learn it, love it, like it, incorporate it in your shit, breathe it. Like, you gotta learn how this shit is shifting. Or you gotta be the one that changes the sound. If you don't change the sound too much, you get lost in the sauce. Somebody else gonna come up with some new original shit. It's gonna blast and take the fuck off, and everybody gonna copying that. And when they copying that, your shit you don't have to adapt. You gonna have to adapt either way, because this shit not gonna stop for you just because you're the hottest thing in your generation right now. That's why every time when Cardi switches the sound or Ye switched his sound, everybody was just like, whoa! But then, like, they turned out to be the best things ever, because it's like, once we're tired of all this shit, we're gonna get to some new shit eventually. So once I get to the new shit, not eventually, right now, you're always gonna be late. And the new shit is just gonna be whatever I say it is. Because whatever I'm trying to express within myself, I'm gonna put the utmost quality within it. And so, like, you're gonna be able to appreciate the quality, and then when that eventually becomes the sound, you're gonna be like, oh wait, this was it, because the quality is gonna be there. That's why even when even I don't like songs, but they're like, you could tell there's effort and thought put into it. Like, I could find a piece of a song that I like, you know what I mean? Like, I could find something within it that I like. And if I really don't, because I listen to a lot of genres, so, like, if I really don't, not so much more now. Like, I used to listen to opera, a lot of shit, but if I don't now, then I just really don't like the song. Or, like, yeah, I really just don't like it. But, yeah, so Cardi got it for fashion right now, but Yak got it for everything. For everything. Like, Cardi used to embody and encapsulate, like, how I was, like, style-wise, like style-wise, but, like, everything-wise, like, just how I thought. Like, he made music how my brain, like, hear the music. He makes music how my brain hears the music. I don't know. But, like, I can understand the intention behind the flows and, like, the decisions made in the music. That's why when it hits, or the part that hits is supposed to hit, like, when the sun goes down, yeah, it's time to creep, yeah, like that, yeah, like, that shit. You know what I mean? It do what it need to do, and I understand why it's there, because when it do what it need to do, like, it really do it. Same thing with Ye. But But if you're not dropping, you're gonna get lost in the sauce. But he did drop 2024, and then he had that Blixum, the most recent, and then he had. So I can understand what they like, what they saying with like the what y'all mean, y'all greedy fans? Like we just gave y'all this, this, and that. Damn, Carnival just been #1 with his verse being the most allotted verse on the record. It's like, nigga, he could do 100 million features. We want his music. we want we want the stories from his life and how he would construct them. We don't want him to fucking boost up somebody else's story from their life and how they would construct it. Because Blixum is about what Lotto would. Is about Lotto needed a nigga that Blixum. Cardi does not need a nigga that Blixum. He's there as the nigga that Blixum. So it would never be his perspective, but he's just there giving his sort of perspective within their world that they created. We want his world that he creates and his perspective within it, because that's the one that relates most to us, not everybody fucking else's. Like, I relate to Cardi way more than I relate to Yak, but on a real level, I relate to what Yak be saying and how real he is more than I relate to Cardi's rollout. You know what I mean? So it's like, and Yak just been a real. He's so real. He's so real. Like, he's real. I love shit. I love shit like that, bro. Anyways, I've been yapping. I started off the stream extremely depressed, but now I have a big ass smile on my face, talking about something I really enjoy and I really like. So, streaming is good for the soul. Streaming is basically bearing your soul if you're real. I love this shit right here. This might be the one because this really did it for me. And it's just talking to someone and having some. It's just talking to someone. Imagine you have to run online because nobody wants to hear what you have to say or even really cares. Like, and then imagine you have a bunch of people in your life. So then, what does that say about how they feel about you? And then imagine you have a bunch of people in your life who always ask you to chill with them because they do care about you and they do want to know how you are and how you're feeling, how you've been and what you're doing, and they do care about your progress and success, and then you blow them up because you're a loser like me. I have a bunch of people who want to see me. I just never, because I'm going through this bullshit depression when I should be just having fun with them, and then that could just be alleviating the depression. But I don't know if it would alleviate it or if it would just temporarily withhold it until it comes back later, and then I'm going to have to deal with it anyway. And for me right now, I'm realizing that you can't deal with this shit completely and fully and then be enlightened before you go out and try to like do your shit with your friends and have a real life, because it's like, even once you reach the point of where you want to go, you're still gonna have problems that you need to overcome and shit like that. So I guess I just have to find a happy medium that's stable enough for me to want to go out with my friends and do stuff, but also stable enough for me to have a life that's secure and financially secure and, you know what I mean, prosperous and safe. And so basically life. I have to navigate life. Hey, wouldn't this all just be easier if I was rich? Not really, but still have to navigate life. Life is tricky. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thanks for listening. I really appreciate it. Yeah. I wish you had a chat so y'all could tell me, or you could tell me what you're going through too. I would love to talk to people about their stuff. But that's what's gonna be the YouTube videos. It's gonna be in the comments, and I'm gonna just go there. But yeah. Peace. Have a good one. Peace.